20s, no fives and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanted like me cause her lame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, one point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good thing. When you walk, I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when I breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm sick in the head. Come on. Come on. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the first time AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the 5-time Super Bowl champs from the NFC, the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you. Charles, what a turnaround they've had down in Houston. 4-12 just 2 seasons ago, 11-5 with a wild card loss last year, and now here they are in Super Bowl 54.
We know the city of Houston pretty well, right? Because it's hosted Super Bowls. What have they hosted? 3 so far in their history? The Oilers prior to. Now, of course, the Texans. Neither one of them has ever played in the big game. So that city's got to be out of its mind. I mean, think about how excited they are to have the Texans representing in the Super Bowl. They've been good recently. Now they got over the top, have a chance to take home the Lombardi Trophy.
Meanwhile, the Cowboys have had some ups and downs since their last Super Bowl appearance, but they're back for the 9th time, trying to win number 6 and tie the Patriots and Steelers. For the Cowboys, their last Super Bowl title quite a while ago, January of '96.
And those were great teams. Jimmy Johnson was their head coach. Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, all Hall of Famers. They were known as the Triplets. But then you go further back to those great teams in the 70s, led by Hall of Fame coach Tom Landry, Roger Staubach at quarterback, Tony Dorsett at running back. those were great teams as well. This one, trying to create their own identity.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Here's Austin. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run with Elliott. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
Here we go. Go right in. Right there, in the middle, 55. I got you.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
I'm here all day. Watch tight end. Tight right.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DJ Reader able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked off at the 46. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the... Yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Can I get a yank? Check. Walk to before. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Watson with a give to Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
Reset. 19. 54 miles.
Watson on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. DeMarcus Lawrence. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And this one is right down the middle. And it's now 3-0 Texans. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. Prescott to throw it. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Markevius Mingo just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are. And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
50's a month. 50's a month. It's out of here.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
I got you, boy.
They'll try again with Elliott. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll run it with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. So they went for it from the 1 on fourth and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on fourth down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards, probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now it's Miller. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Check, walk 54, walk 54. I'm coming.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Completes this to Waring. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, Tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On first down, Miller, and he's got room. A big-time play there for the Texans. 51 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a first and goal just inside the 5. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll come out in the pistol. One man in the backfield, that's Miller, second and goal. Back to throw, Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans have retaken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Whitney merciless. Him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
10-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It's taken to the 26. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Reset. Great team. 54 Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down.
And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll toss it to Miller. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
A 46-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. This is Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Bring it. 51.
Not today, you are. Not today.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
1st and 10.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's Watson. He's got Fuller. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Just like that.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. They find some open field here. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Listen, 19. Check. Walk 54. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Line of rope.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
You got it.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Third down and goal to go.
From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go.
Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Malik Collins. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
Know what I would tell my offense?
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt, what an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
51 the mic. 51 the mic. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Right. Let's make these men.
Here's Prescott.
Switch.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
47. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll run on 1st down. Miller. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Now it's Watson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Austin. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
We're going to 50 for 1. We own them. Hey, kill. 26.
Throwing, Prescott. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down.
We go 46.
The Cowboys will go. Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. And he will have a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Reed. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line,
Lamar Miller. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the intercept. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Looking to throw. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Texans scoop it. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, first and goal.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. First down run with Elliott going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, count.
Here's Prescott. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. Cooper was the target there. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Danny.
On the counter, it's Miller. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it with Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. This to Jarwin. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Prescott to throw it. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long.
It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's go.
Go to 54. Go to 54. Wide.
Watch the edge.
26.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And this is caught. Amari Cooper. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
Now a play fake here on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Blake Jarwin, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And this is caught. It's Cooper. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a third and goal situation. Prescott on third and goal. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Brandon Marshall drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be fourth and long.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on fourth and goal. Prescott down. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? And he said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. and never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. And the Lone Star State has a new champion. It's the Houston Texans, kings of the Super Bowl. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been.